All right, Rolly Romero, undefeated lightweight, 7-0, 6 knock. I mean, everybody knows Rolly that watches YouTube boxing.
Cuban assassin.
Yeah. Rolly, what's good, man? Actually, before I ask you when your next fight is, everyone knows you had a good session with Ryan Garcia. Did you ever spar with the other top guys, Devin and Teofimo Lopez out here? Devin Haney?
As far as Devin Haney, I haven't sparred Devin like 3 years. I've been sparring him since he was a lot smaller, you know. And then Teo, I mean, I haven't sparred Teo in like 8-9 months, but I mean, Teo's a great fighter too, you know. I get along with Devin and Teofimo, my boy. You know, I was at the social media.
What was that work like when you guys were working sparring?
Me and Teofimo, it was just great work. Teofimo's a great fighter, and I see nothing but the best for him.
Yeah, there's people. He won Prospect of the Year again. Do you think he's going to be a pound for pounder, like an elite fighter?
No, he's already. To me, he's already an elite fighter.
Even with just 11 fights.
Even with just 11 fights, you know. I mean, people say Lomachenko elite fighter with just 3 fights, you know. So,
right.
And I think personally Teofimo better than Lomachenko.
Because that's what I was gonna. You think he'd beat Lomachenko now?
I think he'd beat Lomachenko.
But what about experience?
As far as experience, I mean, he's still young, you know.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of hard to compare to like 381 or
397 in the amateur.
Something like that. I don't know. A high 300. It was kind of hard to compare to that in experience, but I mean, experience not everything, you know. I mean, I feel Teofimo a more talented fighter.
And you know, like those guys I mentioned, Devin, Ryan, Teofimo. Do we need to put Rolly there more often with those names?
Rolly's already there with the names.
Right.
Rolly already beat up. I mean, a few of the guys on that list. You know. I mean, as far as like pound for pound. I mean, as far as like the prospects. You know, as far as the prospects list, I beat up a bunch of them already. You know.
So do you smile when you look at some of these lists and think?
I look at it. I mean, I sit there and I'm like, maybe they need to rearrange a few things right there, you know.
So why do you think that's going down? Why are people maybe overlooking you a little bit?
Well, I haven't really fought on TV or anything, you know, and like they're a little more, you know, mainstream, you know.
Right.
And I came from, they have an amateur background. I don't. I started boxing 6 years ago.
Damn.
I don't have the exact same amateur background as a lot of these people. I mean, even Teofimo and Devin, I mean, they've won so many tournaments in the amateurs. Ryan, too, won so many tournaments. I mean, I could go on the list of a bunch of people, you know, but I mean, I just come out of nowhere and I take everybody's hype, you know.
How old were you when you first started?
I started boxing at 17. December 2012.
That's crazy, man. So you're beating guys that have been boxing since they were 6 and 7 years old.
Yeah.
How are you doing that? I mean, these guys got 10-year head start on you.
right here, you know. I punch hard.
You think it's just talent, just God-gifted talent?
God-gifted talent, just natural, you know. You know, it all comes down to genetics at the end of it, you know. A lot of it comes down to genetics.
You get people who say the opposite, that it's like, it's just about your hard work. It's not, you know what I mean?
No, I'm not gonna say hard work's not a part of it.
Right.
But I mean, genetics, you know. I mean, genetics play a huge role in like any kind of sport, you know. Shit, I mean, I'm gonna give you a good example. My dad punched hard. My dad had like 150 amateur fights in Cuba, 3-time national champion. Right? But my dad knocking everybody out. I mean, you can ask any motherfucker in here and they'll fucking tell you about my dad, you know? But my dad punched hard, I punch hard. My uncle punched hard. My entire family, my sister punched hard. My sister punched harder than most of the guys I spar.
That's genetics.
That's just genetics, you know?
You're either born with great speed and great power or not, right? Is that,
yeah, you know, and you know, I mean, working hard comes down to it, you know, a lot too, you know what I mean? It's what you do with your power, but I mean, a lot of it's genetics. You know?
If your pops had 150 fights, why it take so long for you to get into boxing?
He tried to force me when I was younger. I didn't want to do it.
Okay.
He had to force me to find my dreams.
So, what do you want out of boxing, brother?
Like everyone else.
Right.
WBO, WBC, WBA, IBF, you know, a lot of, you know.
A lot of money, yeah.
A lot of money, I mean, you know, a lot of strippers, a lot of, you know what I mean, everything. You know, fast cars, you know. Lamborghinis, Bugattis, you know, Ferraris, you know, all that stuff. Big houses, you know, big house for my mama, big house for my dad, big house for my sister, big house for my niece, big house for this person, big house for everybody.
Sounds beautiful.
Now, I mean, you know, I mean, that's what I want from boxing, you know? And then aside from that, I mean, the fame. I mean, sure,
some people don't like fame, though.
I fucking love fame. Don't look at me.
No, listen, man. This is the sexiest man in boxing. He got the sexiest legs in boxing. That's what he said.
You never seen
and he can throw a punch
mine.
out of this world. So just look out for this gym. And this is I don't even know what to call it, but just put it this way. When you get in the ring, know what you're doing, cause it only take one.
Does he be lighting these guys up in the gym?
Whew. Do it. Do it. He trained the way he worked.
Thank you, man.
What happened?
But do you visualize it? Like, can you see it coming before? Like, do you know what's gonna happen? That stuff.
I know it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of just when. I mean, 2020 is gonna be. We're gonna be when I won a world title.
The world title fight comes in 2020.
2020. That's for sure. I mean, it's for sure already. You know.
Do you think you could get maybe 5-6 fights into 2019?
Oh, easily.
Okay.
Easily. This year's gonna be my year. This year's gonna put me to. It's gonna show everybody who I am. Then 2020, get them belts, and then just start taking every single belt from everybody.